All right, Costello. Here I am. Where have you been?
I was sitting in the front row at the Purse Theater.
Why were you sitting in the front row?
Well, they wouldn't let me sit on a stage. Yeah, I was walking down here to the studio, and a fellow was following me with a shotgun. So I run and he run, up one street and down another.
Well, he didn't shoot you with a shotgun.
No, it turned out all right. He was on his way to a wedding.
Look, enough of this silliness. Do you know that this is National Dog Week, Lou?
Oh, sure. And I celebrate all those weeks. National Apple Week, I went out and I had an apple. National Donut Week, I went out and I had a donut. National Baby Week, I went out. I didn't celebrate that.
Now, wait a minute, look. By the way, didn't I see an ad in the paper this morning where you wanted a secretary to answer your fan mail?
Yes. I put in an ad.
Did you get any answers?
Hmm? Yes. A beautiful redhead walked into my patio, and I started interviewing her. After a few questions, I didn't waste any time. I started chasing her around the barbecue.
Well, that sounds great. Why didn't you hire her?
Hire her? I couldn't even catch her.
Susan Miller didn't hear you say that. And what about that little brunette you were at the lady last night with?
Oh, I lost her to an Irishman on account of incompatibility.
Incompatibility?
Yes, we were sitting in a living room and incompat, and he had more ability.
No. Costello, how can you be such an idiot?
Oh, it's an old recipe that's been in my family for years.
Speaking of your family, how is Uncle Mike, Lou?
Oh, fine, fine. Fine, oh, fine. Fine. Aunt May presented him with a baby boy New Year's. The new baby was such a shock to him that he quit smoking. He used to be a chain smoker.
Gave up cigarettes, eh?
No, he didn't smoke cigarettes. He smoked chains.
Now, wait, Costello, wait. Relax and listen a minute. My friend here has got something interesting to say. Costello, come over here. Where were you all afternoon?
Well, I took a walk down Hollywood Boulevard, Abbott. And just as I was passing Nancy's department store, all the girls in the window winked at me.
You dope, those are not girls in that window. They're dummies.
Dummies? They ain't so dumb. They were all wearing mink coats.
Well, never mind that. Never mind that. Listen. What was your Aunt May doing out? Will you answer my question? What was your Aunt May doing out on Sunset Boulevard this morning, banging the pavement with a big sledgehammer?
Well, he and my Uncle Mike had a fight. He told her to hit the road.
How did they ever happen to get married?
Well, one night, Uncle Mike proposed to her. He didn't have an engagement ring, so he put the cigar band on her finger.
Where did you get the cigar band?
Aunt May was smoking at the time.
Costello, why is it none of your family or none of your relatives ever get along?
Well, they all get along, Abbott. Why, my Aunt Eva's the oldest married woman in Baltimore. She's been married 50 years.
Has she ever been separated from her husband?
Only once.
Fine. How long?
50 years.
50 years. Please talk sense. What happened to your Uncle Jim? I haven't seen him since New Year's Eve.
Oh, Uncle Jim is home playing Jack-o'-lantern.
How does he play Jack-o'-lantern?
He just sits in the window and gets lit up.
How does he go to work?
Oh, he don't have to work. He won $5,000 on the People Are Funny show. And he split with my Aunt Alma.
What's your Aunt Alma going to do with her share?
What share? I said he split with her. He left town with the money.
I think your Aunt Alma feels bad about it, doesn't
Yes, since Uncle Jim left, she can't eat. She can't sleep. She can't go to the movies.
Why?
She ain't got no money.
I was right. You and your whole family are morons.
Watch out what you say about us morons, Abbott. We're organized now.
Costello, I want to thank you for that lovely Christmas gift you sent me. It was the most wonderful game I ever played.
Game? I didn't send you any game. That was an autographed picture of myself.
How do you like that? All night long, my wife and I sat up trying to pin a tail on it.
Careful, folks. His mother is jealous of all the other mothers.
Why?
They had children.
He's a pretty good actor, Costello. Last week, he was on Information, Please.
Yes, and they couldn't guess what he was.
You don't happen to know who tore all the girls' pictures out of my new Esquire magazine, do you?
I did it, Abbott, but I did it by mistake.
Mistake?
Yes. I thought it was a Sears Roebuck Cadillac. I was sending in my order.
Costello, the only way you can get a girl by mail is to join a Lonely Hearts Club.
I did that once. Sent my picture into the Lonely Hearts Club, and they sent it back with a note.
What did the note say?
We're not that lonely.
Costello, you're a wolf. Do you know what a wolf is?
Sure. Wolf is an animal on two legs that's got a pair of eyes on two other legs.
Costello, if you find a nice girl and get married, I'll go to Washington and get Margaret Truman to sing. I'll have her sing, "Oh, Promise," at your wedding.
Okay. While you're at it, see if you can get Congress to promise something, too.
I'll tell you, Costello, no girl would have you. You're too fat. You'll never get a beautiful girl with your shape.
Who wants a girl with my shape? I want Susan Miller. After the show last week, Susan kissed me.
She did?
Yes.
What kind of a kiss did she give you? Was it a sisterly kiss, a friendly kiss, or a real sweetheart kiss?
I don't know. Which is the one where she has to help you down off the chandelier when it's all over?
Hello, boys.
Hey, it's Susan Miller.
Oh, Susan, you look so pretty tonight. What makes you so beautiful?
Well, Costello, you know the old saying. Girls are made of sugar and spice and everything nice.
Ones I get are garlic and hash and your father's old mustache.
Susan, don't pay any attention to this B-O-O-B.
Oh, that's a good one. I'll bet he doesn't even know what B-O-O-B means.
I do so. It's B-O, spelled forwards, backwards, and sideways.
Costello, why don't you stop forcing your attention on Susan? She's not for you. She's of the upper crust.
And you're the lower crust.
Gee, we could make beautiful pies together.
Costello, Susan is not your type. I'd be more suited to her. I have finesse. I'm hoity-toity.
Abbott, you may be hoity, but you'll never see toity again.
Well, look, how did you take pity on Costello, Susan? Go out to dinner with him tonight.
I will not. Last time I went to a restaurant with him, there was some silverware missing, and the cashier wanted to search me.
But, Susan, you're not the type to steal silverware.
That's what I told the cashier. Said if I would walk out of the restaurant with Costello, I'd walk out with anything.
Susan, if you don't go out with me tonight, I'll disappear. Tomorrow morning, the police will be dragging the Los Angeles River for my body. But they won't find me.
Why?
I'll be home in bed.
Oh, so long, Pat.
Costello, you'd better be nice to Susan Miller. She's moving into your boarding house today, and she's taking the room directly above you.
You want to be in room 215, and I'm in 115?
That's right.
Abbott, call the OPA.
What for?
I want them to remove my ceiling. Hey, will Susan be in that room all the time?
Well, you know Susan. She goes in and out.
You notice that too, Abbott? Oh, this is wonderful. The woman I love living right upstairs.
Oh, stop, Costello. You're not in love with Susan. She's just a fancy.
Well, I never passed up anything that fancy. Oh, I hope she likes it.
Oh, she should like the room. She gets bored with it.
Well, I'm glad.
I said she gets bored with her room.
She gets bored with the room. Why did she rent it in the first place?
Oh, she's not bored with the room. She's very happy.
You just said that she gets bored with the room.
That's right.
Where's she getting all that lumber?
I'm not talking about lumber. I'm talking about board. Susan eats her board.
Who feeds her all these boards?
The landlady. Landlady, of course. Susan made arrangements with the landlady to eat her board 3 times a day, 30 days a month.
Abbott, I'm moving out of that place.
Why?
That Susan Miller is going to eat me out of house and home.
What are you getting so excited about? What business is it of yours, what she does to her room?
I'll make it my business, brother. Her floor happens to be my ceiling. Abbott, I don't mind you knocking the props out from under me every week, but I ain't going to let that Susan Miller eat the roof from over my head.
Costello, there's no sense getting yourself into a frenzy.
What? A what?
Frenzy.
I'm not making frenzies with nobody.
Wait a minute, you idiot. I'll try to explain. By giving you an example. Now, in your room, the plaster is all cracked, so you have a flaw in your ceiling.
I got a flaw in my ceiling.
Certainly.
How do you like that? I've been living upside down. Now I find out.
Costello, you're all mixed up. Now, how do you get so daffy?
Because I've been living upside down for 6 years. What's your excuse?
Now, wait a minute. You listen to me.
How do you like walking around on your head?
I'm not walking around on my head, neither are you. I'm only trying to tell you that Susan's room is perfect. Has no flaw. That's because she gets bored with the room.
Here we go again.
No, the reason she likes to get bored with the room is because she gets so hungry after a busy day at the studio that she rushes home and eats like a beaver.
Now he's got her eating beaver board.
She does not eat beaver board.
You just said she eats a board like a beaver.
I said she eats like a beaver.
What is she? What does she eat like a beaver?
Her board.
I trapped him again.
All right. Forget about the beaver. Susan eats her board 3 times a day. Starts with breakfast.
I suppose for breakfast he has a couple of soft-boiled shingles.
No, rest.
If you will excuse me, Mr. Abbott, I got to run over and nail a sign of Susan Miller's store to warn other rumors.
What kind of a sign?
What kind of a sign?
Yeah.
Beware. Susan Miller, girl, termite.
Well, Costello, did Susan Miller move into that room in your rooming house?
Couldn't have it. He got there, it was over, he rented to a family of 14. None of them are working.
14 people in one room? How do they pay the rent?
They take in boarders. I'm going to move out of there myself, Abbott. I'm getting sick of having a room with an adjoining.
Adjoining what?
I don't know. I can never get the other door open.
You had any sense you'd buy an apartment building. Invest your money now. Who knows? Tomorrow your dollar may be worth 10 cents.
Abbott, you really think the value of the dollar is going to go up?
Costello, if you owned an apartment house, who would you rent to?
Well, let me see. Well, I'd rent one apartment to a lawyer.
Why?
That's in case I get in trouble. And I'd rent one to a gorgeous redhead.
Why?
That's to make sure I get in trouble.
Costello, to be a landlord, you've got to be tough. The man on the first floor don't pay his rent. Squeeze it out of him.
I can't do that. That's not me.
Well, if the man on the second floor can't pay his rent, you squeeze it out of him.
That's not me.
If that gorgeous redhead can't pay her rent, you
That's me, brother! Abbott, I think I'll rent an apartment in Susan Miller right across the court from mine. Then I can see her morning, noon, and night.
What makes you so sure you'll see so much of it?
Apartment I rent her won't have any window shades.
Come on, Costello. Let's go to the real estate broker and see if we can buy you an apartment house.
So you want to buy an apartment, huh, Costello? Well, let me look at my listing. Here's a small apartment over a garage. It has a lovely living room, a gorgeous bedroom, and the bathroom is out of this world.
Ain't that a widow inconvenient?
Costello, how does this sound to you? A Swiss chalet, Swiss architecture, Swiss furniture.
Sounds pretty cheesy to me.
Maybe you could build Costello a new house.
Nothing doing. I'm making all of them new ones out of taft bricks.
What a task brick.
Every time it gets a little dewy, they drop out. My Uncle Mike built an apartment next to the zoo. He's so nearsighted, he started nailing zebras over the windows.
Nailed zebras over the windows.
Yes, he thought they were awnings.
Costello, your Uncle Mike knows nothing about building, and neither do you.
I do so.
What's the first thing you do in building a house?
I call up the corset shop.
To build a house, you call a corset shop.
Sure, where do you think I can get my foundation?
Quiet. Mr. Broker, don't you have an apartment house that's a real bargain?
Oh, I got just a house for you, Costello. Jane Wassel lives on one side of it.
Who lives on the other side?
Who cares? I'll take it.
Oh, come on, Costello. Costello, you dummy, you bought this apartment house to get a place to live, and there isn't a vacancy in the building. You ought to have your brains examined.
Did, Abbott. I had my brains examined at Harvard.
What do they say?
I don't know. I haven't got them back yet.
Hey, look, Costello, you're the landlord of this building, and you have a right to an apartment. Now, go to that door and tell the tenant to move. Act tough.
Really tough? I'll throw him out.
What do you want?
I'm the new landlord, and I'm here to ask you...
Wait a minute till I finish talking to my wife. Emma, I told you 1,000 times. I like parsley on my steak. Tonight you forgot the parsley. You know what that means. Now, landlord, what was you going to ask me?
Are you getting enough hot water?
Costello, knock on the door. I'll talk to that tenant.
Okay, Abbott.
Oh, it's you again.
Excuse me. But my partner wants to talk to you.
My man, you're dealing with Bud Abbott now. I want to ask you to...
Wait a minute, Egghead, till I talk to my... What's the trouble, Percy?
You told me I could go out of the house tonight and get some fresh air.
So I did. Out you go, son! Now, Abbott, what was you gonna ask me?
Are you sure you're getting enough hot water?
Shame on you, Abbott. You're a coward.
You're the coward. Stand there and let him talk that way to me.
Abbott, there's only one reason I didn't let him have it.
What's that?
I haven't got it.
Well, never mind him. Let's try this next apartment here. And this time be firm. Make them get out. Go ahead, knock on the door.
Well, hello.
Judy, look at the sweater she's wearing.
Costello. Don't let her pull the wool over your eyes.
She's pulling my eyes over the wool.
Well, monkey choo-choo. Now, what can I do for you?
What did you have in mind?
Costello. Remember, you've got to think of some way to make her move.
I got it. I'll tickle her.
Let me handle it. Miss, you're very sweet, but Costello's the landlord, and he needs your apartment, so you'll have to move.
Oh, please, Monsieur Costello. I've lived here for 5 years.
Well,
Look. I decorated this place myself. There's a part of me in every room. There's a part of me in the living room. There's a part of me in the dining room. There's a part of me in the kitchen.
I hope you didn't misplace anything. Parts like yours are still hard to get.
Costello, tell her she's got to abandon the apartment.
Okay. Gotta have a band in the apartment. That's wrong. You've got to abandon the apartment. That means got to...
Costello, I said abandon the apartment. Tell her she's got to leave.
Well, okay. Miss, you'll have to be out of here in 8 hours.
Well, all right, if you say so. And now, handsome, may I kiss you goodbye? Now, when do I have to leave?
I'll give you 24 hours.
Well, then I'll say goodbye.
Remember now, you gotta leave within 10 days. If you ain't out of here by 1963, there's gonna be trouble.
Costello, you're a weakling. worms. Tell her to get out.
Okay. Miss, there's only one thing I want to say to you.
Could you wait till I say goodbye to my brother?
Who's your brother?
Big tough guy in the next apartment. Now, what are you going to say?
Are you sure you're getting enough hot water?